Hi, my name's Sabrina. I'm coming to you from the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, PA. For those who don't know, this is a knitting, sewing, cooking, as well as anything else that floats my boat podcast. And welcome. I am currently a PhD student right out of my undergraduate degree, which was in anthropology, and my PhD is going to be in communication, culture, and media. My academic interest is food, as well as any like DIY culture, urban homesteading, anything where people try to make whatever they can rather than relying on what I consider greedy corporations. Just to tell you guys now, there might be some interruptions as I have 2 foster kittens currently, as well as 1 dog. Actually, I'll just introduce you guys right now because they're like everywhere. So, this is Lucia, and they actually just got adopted. I think he's being renamed Milo. The black cat is somewhere else. Sorry about that. This is my baby Huck. Say hi. Say hi. Hi. He is my baby boy. He is a rescue. Well, I consider him a rescue because my sister had him, and before that, my sister's boyfriend had him, and before that, my sister's boyfriend's sister, and before that, my sister's boyfriend's mom. And when my sister got him, she thought it'd be a good idea because my sister has a 6-year-old that they would just tire each other out. She didn't realize that it would be basically like having a second child. So last August, they went to Virginia for a family vacation, and they asked me to basically pet sit for them. And I joked that if you gave him to me, I'm never giving him back. And I didn't, because he's just so great. He's my little baby. So, yeah. Actually, Jacques, who is the black cat, just joined us. Hi, little man. Hi. This is the other foster. This is Jacques. Ooh, hi. Say hi. I'll let you go. Generally he actually likes being held, but I don't think currently he's really that into it because this is actually about the time they start waking up. They mostly sleep through the day and play through the night, which is annoying for me. Anyway, this is a knitting and sewing podcast, so I should probably get into knitting and sewing content. Sorry, that is my dog. Huck, no. He gets a little grumpy when the cats are near him because he gets protective over me or his food, especially since the cats really don't wrestle with him. My last apartment, my roommate had a Yorkie, 6 months to a year old, and for the most part, they really enjoyed each other's company because they were play buddies, where the cats really don't like play with him. So, anyway, again, back to the knitting. So I'm going to start with why I decided to start the podcast. I decided to start the podcast because I really felt a lack of representation on my age group as well as in my cultural background. I am obviously brown, but I'm a Hispanic young woman. And I felt an overall lack as well as my body image. I don't care about telling you my weight. That really doesn't embarrass me. I am 5'2" and almost 200 pounds. I am actively trying to live a healthier lifestyle. I'm not gonna say I'm trying to lose weight because I'm fine with my body the way it is. But I am trying to be healthier, have more muscle mass, not as much excess fat, that kind of thing. I don't actually eat unhealthy unless you count my like sugar content from all the coffee I drink, because most of the meals I eat are home cooked. I cook for my roommates as well. and they don't seem to complain. It's actually healthier than they would regularly eat. Oh my gosh. But that is why I started the podcast. Sorry, my phone just went on like that low battery thing. So I'm gonna start with my finished objects. And one of my finished objects, we're gonna start with my knitted finished objects, is the Mount Air cardigan by, I think, Amita Knits or something. It wasn't a very well, like, super popular design on Ravelry. I think it only had like something like 20 finished objects. I just really loved the style because it has like, I'm gonna put up a picture right here. It just really had a really nice lace detail at the bottom. It's a cardigan. So the yarn is Mullican Fiber Company, Mullican, and the Strawberry Shortcake colorway. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty accurate. Excuse me. And can you see it? I really love the buttons that I put in. So if you don't know, Philadelphia, it used to be a lot more popular, but Philadelphia has an area called South Street, and South Street has an area called Fabric Row. And Fabric Row, since Philadelphia used to be a huge textile industry, has a couple of really great fabric, sewing notions, that kind of thing. It's not really as predominant as today. I think there's only like 4 or 5 really good fabric shops now, sadly. But my favorite one is Fleshman's, I think is how you pronounce it. They're starting to recognize me by face, which I think is really funny. But let's see. You see that? Anyway, the buttons basically, sorry, the cats. Oh my god, this is a lot harder than. I hope you can see that. The cats basically. Oh, hi, Mr. Man. The cats basically just fell down because they wrestled off the windowsill. They do that a lot. So like I said, it's the Mount Airy pattern by Amina Knits. I did have some difficulty with it. It's mostly with the math because it was very confusing how she gave me an odd. It was just like something was mathematically impossible, so I just had to decrease 1 stitch in 1 row that she didn't say to. Just because it's fine. It's not a really big deal. Oh, hi guys. That's Lucia again. Excuse me. I also have another cardigan. Oh, one more thing about this one. This one is a superwash merino, 100%. Oh my god. No, that's naughty. 100% superwash merino content. Okay. That was funny. And then next, I have another cardigan. It is not a design of any sort. I kind of just was trying my hand at designing. It is skinny dipping yarn in their olive color, which is the color I wear the most in life. And so I basically wanted the style to be very grandpa professor cardigan like. So what I did was I just put like a very small cable detail at the back. I gave it what I called grandpa buttons because they're like the classic wooden buttons you just see on old men clothing, I feel like. Not to disparage old men. Old men are fine. And I'm sorry if I speak really fast. It's just something that runs in my family. But I don't know if this helps because the sweater is covering my face. But I really like it. One thing I do slightly bothers me is that the fabric underneath the arms gathers a bit. But I think that was my fault with the numbers game. But I still like it. It's still super wearable. I also have a sock work in progress. The sock work in progress. I already finished the first sock, but the sock work in progress. I always keep in my purse, so I had to just grab it because I forgot. And I dropped some stitches. Oh well. But let's see. These are the Clark socks by Jacqueline Salem. This is a mini skein called Copper by Black Sheep. And this is, I don't know if you can tell, it's like basically flecks of this color, olive green. Yeah, just oranges, just really autumn light colors. I don't think it's showing up very well. And this is by, the gray speckled one is by Fuse Fiber Co. Yeah. Who is related to Jodi Picoult? I Instagram messenger asking because I was really curious because I follow both of them on Instagram. I don't really read Jodi Picoult, but I really admire her as a creator and as a businesswoman because it's really hard for us women. So yeah, that is what I have been knitting lately. I generally finish a sweater about once every month. Like every month I finish a different sweater so far. Maybe a shawl or something like that as well. But that's just because I knit while I teach. I take the metro, I knit. I watch podcasts and I knit in between. One second. I knit in between like when I'm cooking and stuff. So, And so I'm gonna go into my whips. One was, so the socks were a half object. The one I showed you was a whip, but I do have a finished sock, which I'll probably just link the photo. And so I do have another whip, which is a second Tegna. I do have a Tegna already, which is this very gold color, like that's made out of 100% Malabrigo silk, which was really nice to work with, but I don't think I want to work with 100% silk. One second, the cats are clawing my curtains. Okay, I'm back. I had to grab my Tegna and prevent the cats from destroying my curtains. Anyway, as I was saying, I already made a Tegna or Tegna out of Malabrigo silk, and now I'm making it again because I really love the pattern. It's very much my style because I love the combination of feminine and a little bit more masculine, because I don't really follow a particular style trend or anything. Like right now I'm wearing Howl's Moving Castle, which favorite Miyazaki movie, and this men's flannel that I found in the clearance section in the men's section at Old Navy. So, with leggings, because leggings are life. And right now I'm making the Tegna again. Let's see. Out of this really beautiful burgundy purple deep jewel tone color. This yarn is from Pandia's Jewels. This is a single ply wool silk yak blend, which I will link if she has it in the show notes. Which I should also mention, show notes are in the down bar. What else about this yarn? I really love it. I do love single ply so much, but the pill factor bothers me. I made the Zweig, this Vibe sweater by Caitlin Hunter and Neighborhood Fiber Co. single ply, which I love, but it just pills so much. And it's like a battle. Oh my god, I have to get the squirt gun because they will not stop pawing my curtains. Yes, I see you. So I'm really excited about that. I've finished all 47 rows of the lace repeats, and now I'm just in like the stockinette body, because it is bottom to top. It's a bottom to top sweater. And I can't continue on to the stockinette because what I'm doing is I used a size 6 needle for the lace, and I'm going up to a size 5 needle for the body, just so it's not like super transparent up top. I'm disregarding gauge completely with this. I did have size 7, US 7, I'm not too sure what that is in millimeters, needle, but I'm using a 6. I'm going down because that's usually how I guess things. If I used, say, a 5 and a general fingering weight, like twisted plied fingering weight, I'm gonna go down a needle size for a single ply, and it ends up being the gauge I need. Or gauge, I don't know. But that is my Tanya, and I'm really happy with it. So, those are my whips. Yes, I generally don't have a lot of whips at once. I do have like a random sweater whips. There's this Hohi Locatelli minimal pullover sweater that I haven't worked on since last year, actually last winter. I just didn't like it. I think it's because I use Lika needles, Lika, wood needles with a single ply. It just wasn't happy to work on for me. I don't particularly enjoy those wooden needles. I think I don't enjoy the cord is what I don't enjoy. The cord is a little bit too stiff for my liking. I mean, I might try them again because I bought them, but I don't particularly enjoy working with them at the moment. Let's see. What I will be casting on, though, that is really exciting, especially since I'm on a Caitlin Hunter kick, just like everybody else in the knitting universe, or most people. I don't want to like cast everybody into a single category. I'm making my Sipila sweater. I actually recently went to it's a neighborhood in Philadelphia called Manayunk, and Manayunk is like in the outer northwest of Philadelphia, and in that neighborhood there is a shop called Hidden River Yarns, and they are the only shop in Philadelphia that I have found carry, what's the name of the company? Madeline Tosh. Carry Madeline Tosh and Quince & Co. So I bought sweater quantities of both, because what do? I have this, I'll insert a picture right here. But I have this, what is it called? Pegboard. I have a pegboard filled with my yarn, at least my hanks of yarns. And then when they're caked up, I have a shelf unit thing that I place my winded skeins in. So, let's see. This color is Caspian, and it's like a gray, browny gray. It's not like a blue tone gray or anything. I'm sorry. It's been really... Okay, hopefully. I think that shows it. Anyway, it's 100% American wool. It would be considered like rustic or something. It's toothy, it's not there's no like chemical treatedness like there is with superwash merino. This is just 100% American wool, and I'm excited to work with it. It's not scratchy at all. Like, this is perfectly faced fine. I would be fine with that. And this is even washed. It'll even get softer when wet. And I'm looking to make a cabled cardigan or pullover out of this. I think you would get wonderful stitch definition as well as just like the coziness of it. Oh, I'm so excited about it. Let's see. I also, about 2 months ago, I ordered House a la Mode. They have their update schedule, and I wanted like a burgundy yarn, so I bought. It looks like the other yarn I was working with, but it's slightly different. This has a little bit more. I don't know if you can tell. This has like a little bit of black in it, almost. It's a lot darker. Here, let's see if I can compare. So they're just tones. Like there's tonal differences. This is a lot more red than this, and this one has a little bit more black. And this color is called Cranberry. And I'm looking to make a cardigan or a pullover with it. I've noticed that no matter what pattern I use, I tend to use a lot less yarn than the pattern calls for. So while patterns recommend me to buy 4 skeins of yarn, I only buy 3 skeins of yarn now, unless it's like super oversized, or like a lot of positive ease or something, because I don't want to have just like an entire skein of yarn that I have no plans for, because I already made a sweater out of it. I don't want another project than the color, and I can't return it. So I'd rather be underestimating than overestimating, in my opinion, especially with a grad student budget. I am lucky enough that I do not pay for my program because I'm on a scholarship, but there is a certain amount of cost of living to be considered. So there's that. Okay. So I was talking about the Sapila sweater. So I'm gonna have this be the main color and this be the contrast color. This is Dirty Panther by Madeline Tosh. It's like a black, gray, black. It's really pretty. And this is No Farewell. And it's like a baby blue with tanny speckles and light baby blue speckles, and it's teal and gray and just nummy. I'm really excited about it. It's a 2-ply, which I'm not 100% fans of 2-plies, but it's okay. I'm not complaining. So those are my hope to be cast on in terms of whips. I do have some sewing whips, and I will be showing you some sewing finished objects. Alright. So, mind the fact that I've worn these, but I am a sewer. Well, just got into sewing. I mostly got into sewing after my grandmother passed in February. It just helped me feel like a lot closer to her. And she was really young. My grandmother was 64 when she passed, but she had lupus, COPD, as well as other related complications. So she is a lot healthier now, wherever she may be. But this dress, it's this fabric I got at Joann's in clearance, is way below my knees because I'm short, 5'2". They ain't no more growing for me. And I really, really love it. Like, working with jersey, like my hems and stuff aren't the greatest, but I don't give a fudge because I love wearing it and it's super wearable for me. I would probably make this pattern. I don't remember what pattern it is, but I'll link it below. A size smaller, but because there's like the big 4 patterns, or the major 4 pattern producers in America tend to incorporate a lot more positive ease into a garment than necessary. And I don't like a lot of positive ease. Like Caitlin Hunter's patterns often call for like 10 inches of positive ease. I limit it at like 5 to 7 because then it's just like I'm swimming in something. And then I have, I think she's called Peach Patterns. I don't remember either. I'm bad at this, but it's my first one. Pardon the wrinkledness, but I have worn it. And these are shorts. I have a pair of olive green Old Navy shorts made out of linen that I really love, and I wanted to duplicate them. Also have this same material in beige. So it's just really nice for summer. It's breathable. It's going to be really nice for fall. I can layer with it. I don't know if you got, whoever watches knows, but in Philadelphia, it can stay pretty warm until like October, November recently. Global warming, shush. So your fall wardrobe needs to be really adaptable. Needs to be really adaptable. You'll have a 50-degree day one day, and it can be 80 degrees the next. With no reason. Okay. Do I have any other sewing whips? I do not. I am working on making a campfire bag by Noodlehead. I haven't actually begun assembling it yet. I'm looking for the bag, which I did not bring. I will show you that next podcast because I don't want to go back into my room. I'm in my living room right now. And it's going to be interesting because the pattern itself doesn't come with like pattern pieces you cut out and then assemble. She tells you to cut out a bunch of different size squares and rectangles and then assemble it, which I'm not too sure I enjoy, and I'm kind of disappointed because I bought 2 patterns, but I'll see if it works out for me. If not, oh well. But so I do want to make bags because I obviously need really good sturdy bags for school since I teach as well as take classes. But I also want to make shirts. I made a muslin for the violet pattern by Colette Patterns. I really like the pattern, and the shape and the fit was fine, but the material I used wasn't the greatest. It was like a double gauze, so it was way too transparent, and you could see the which I don't mind transparent. I'll wear a really thin shirt and wear just a bra, and you can see my bra, and I won't care. But it was just, I didn't want people to be able to see the seams or the interfacing, and I don't have a serger, so it wasn't like, I wouldn't wear it out. But it was a great learning experience. So I'm gonna remake that shirt, that pattern, with these 2 fabrics. Joann Fabrics was having a sale. I tend not to shop at craft stores, like big box craft stores anymore. But Joann's was having a sale. Their shirting fabric, $5.99, and I thought that was a really good price, and I really fell in love with this print. So there you go. Same thing with this. I'm a sucker for polka dots, and I'm a sucker for green. So green polka dots, you come home with me. I can't help it. I can't help it. So there's that. And then the dress whip that I showed you, I would like to make another one out of this jersey. It's nice and drapey. I'm thinking I might have to wear something underneath of it because it's too drapey. It might like cling to my belly, and that is not fun. It smells really good. It smells like my detergent. As well as, this is more like a Ponte de Roma. No. Well, yeah, because it has a lot of vertical stretch, but less horizontal stretch. So you can see you can stretch it a lot more than you can stretch it. And it's in this really pretty blue floral. I'm a sucker for florals too, by the way, as everyone should be. So there's that. Those are my sewing plans. I also want to sew some baby garments. That would be really nice. My sister's currently pregnant with her first girl. My nephew's 6 years old, so there's going to be a little bit of an age gap. And I'm really excited to dress a girl, because I thought it was going to be fun to dress a boy, and it turns out you can't buy anything cute for a boy that's not like $50. Which is annoying, because I want to make him look like a little, like, professional businessman, but, like, in tiny form, because I think it'd be cute. Like little bow ties, suspenders, grandpa sweaters, Oxfords, just basically the way I like to dress. There is one more knitting whip. Knitting whip. Sorry, my phone died. But, so, to conclude, I had one more, planned knit for you. So, this is a Walk collection yarn. It's black with gray and blue tones through it all. This is Hedgehog Fibers Method. Which is like a blue with like rainbow speckles. And this is Black Elephant Vogue Knit Live colorway. All are single ply merinos except the Hedgehog, which is just a very thin 2-ply superwash merino, and the rest are single ply. Sorry, I think the cat got to this as well. So, but that is all. I hope you guys have fabulous knitting times and knitting days, and I hope to see you soon. Let me know what you think about the podcast. Thank you.